I was happy to marry the love of my life. I fell in love with him during my school days, and after completing my studies, I decided to ask my parents for their permission to marry him. However, every time I brought it up, they never agreed. I tried my best to convince them because I truly wanted to marry him. He is the most innocent and kind person I have ever met. My parents remained unconvinced. Eventually, I had to convince them, and finally, they agreed. His parents were already convinced. On the day of my wedding, as I was leaving, my dad said, "You should not come back with any problems because you choose to marry him on your own." I liked my in laws, they were good to me. However, after a month of marriage, I noticed a girl who often came to our house. I found it odd and asked my mother in law about her. She said the girl was my friend's daughter. I started noticing that she would come home daily and seemed very familiar, even talking closely with my husband. When I asked my husband about her, he didn't say anything much and told, "Don't think too much. She is just my mom's friend's daughter." One day, my husband's friend visited our home and I decided to ask him if he knew who she was. To my shock, he replied, "Yes, she is your husband's lover." I questioned him again and again, but it turned out to be true. When I confronted my husband, he initially lied, but later he admitted the truth. He said, "I love her because she comes from a wealthy family. We have been committed to each other for the past 2 years, and now, in 2 months, we are getting married." I was shattered and had no words left after hearing this. I had trusted him blindly and even pressured my parents to agree to this marriage. He betrayed me, and to my shock, his entire family was involved in it. I never expected this from him. I called my parents, crying, and they asked me what had happened. When I told them my husband had cheated on me, they were sad but said, "We warned you to wait. It's a marriage. Don't rush." But you did not listen to us. Then they ended the call. I decided to leave the house. Before leaving, I confronted my husband and said, "We loved each other since school days, and I don't understand why you have done this to me. I left my parents for you, and I don't deserve this. You don't deserve my love." And with that, I left. I went back to my parents' home. He was marrying her just because she was rich. I never thought he would cheat on me for money. I was heartbroken. Now I realize that I should have listened to my parents. When I reached my parents' house, they were emotional seeing my marriage end like this. They knew how deeply in love I was with him, and it hurt them too.